All right, and I'm with here at the Asics Lounge in Daegu with Kara Patterson. First of all, just give me an overview of how your season, going into here.
Okay, well, I started at Drake Relays with kind of a disappointing distance, and then my next meet was Rome, where I threw the A standard to make this team, coupled with my win at USA's this year. But since Rome and since that A standard, it's been pretty up and down. I've had hints of getting back to my normal form, what I consider to be normal now since 2010. But it's been a struggle and just been a timing issue. I've trained really, really hard, but I think the extra strength and speed has affected my technique in a way I didn't expect.
Now, I guess, I want to double back the last year. You had that big breakthrough season, and now we fast forward to here. From a technical, I guess, for the uninformed, what are you doing technically this year that was different from last year?
Well, we tried to just enhance some things that we had worked on a little bit, and I think that focusing on the technique and everything besides my right arm, the one that's holding the javelin, kind of got the focus away from my connection with my implement. So I had that, speed and strength and technical prowess, but it was all focused away from the javelin, and that's the most important part. If you can't put your energy into the javelin, it's not going to work out. So
right.
I have been getting more and more connected in the past couple weeks, and I'm really excited to see what happens on Thursday.
Now, okay, so let's see. Rome. Let's go after Rome. What were your thoughts? After you got your A standard in Rome.
I was really relieved, and I honestly have never thought about standards as much as I had before that this year. And it was the easiest 62-meter throw I've ever thrown. So it didn't surprise me, but it was just awesome that it was that simple to put together, that early especially. And that was a meter farther than I had thrown at that time last year. So it kind of boded really well for me. I was really excited to see that progress so soon. But the fact that it didn't keep happening that way was frustrating.
Now, I mean, it's like, you go to these meets and you struggle, and what's in your mindset? When you go into a meet, do you expecting to do well, and then you don't.
It's really tough. It's a position that I've been in before. I've been inconsistent in the past for sure, in college and everything, but it's been really good to have worked with a sports psychologist, Dr. Ross Flowers.
He's a Seattle guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. So over the past 2 years, we've had talks weekly, bi-weekly, once every month, whatever, but I'm always kind of in contact with him and talking to him about how to move forward and stuff like that. And it's been awesome to implement his ideas on my own, automatically, because we've talked about things so much. So it's just a matter of moving forward and focusing on the things that I already had tried to focus on, but doing it better, executing better. And it's been kind of interesting to me to be able to be disappointed without being completely devastated this year. That's something I've always struggled with. I'm pretty emotional.
Right.
And when I do poorly, I get really upset sometimes. But the fact that I just kept not doing what I wanted to do, I had to separate myself a little bit from those performances. And I think that was a really good lesson for me to learn. It's made me, yes, want to succeed more, but know that I'll be okay at the same time. So my desire is bigger, but my acceptance of myself without those performances is better too. Right.
Now, I want to go back. I think I saw you at Prefontaine, and I saw you at U.S. Nationals. Going into pre, you'd never lost a meet at Hayward Field. And that must have been a different experience at pre?
A little bit. And pre is kind of a blur for me now.
Yeah.
I feel that way about a lot of these meets this year, is I maybe wasn't that prepared for them in the first place. And then I went and I threw, and it was all over so quickly, and it didn't turn out like I wanted it to, because I was too caught up in the moment kind of thing. Like it just kind of passed me by and it was over. So I have really enjoyed kind of slowing things down the last couple of weeks and getting into practice and just really focusing on the things that are my strengths and playing those up and gaining confidence kind of from those positions that I know how to hit and getting connection back and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Now, okay. So you win nationals, and everything is good, and then you go to Europe. Just to talk about the last couple months on the circuit after the U.S. Nationals.
Okay. Well, I was really happy with nationals this year, only because I told myself I needed to do something, and I actually did it. I needed to start the competition off really well, not only for my own confidence, but to kind of put pressure on other people. So the fact that I went in and accomplished what I wanted to, even though the distance wasn't what I wanted it to be, was good. But at the same time, the distance wasn't what I wanted it to be. So going to Europe was, I kind of had it back, but not really. And then I went to these really big meets. So I did my best to keep that confidence going, but I still knew that I had some things I needed to work on. And I was going to go for a month without my coach to, a place where things weren't as familiar as home and stuff like that. So it ended up being good because I started doing things in practice that I had really enjoyed last year and just kind of got back to like what I really know that I'm good at and didn't think as much about the specific technical things that we'd done that year. So that's kind of when I started the turnaround kind of thing. And Russ, my boyfriend,
You're right.
He told me, if you start now and just trust yourself and work on it day by day, it's not going to happen really fast, but start now and it'll happen sooner than later kind of thing. So, just kind of slowed things down and trusted myself more and had some really good practices there, and then came home and did even better.
Is that something that you've had to fight all along through your career, is just trusting yourself?
A little bit, yeah, and especially this year, like I said, I've gotten stronger and faster, and my training has been amazing. I've been very healthy, body fat down, weight numbers up, speed numbers really good. Like I just feel awesome physically. But when I get on the runway with a javelin in my hand, that's a little bit scary because at the end of the approach, I'm going way faster than I had before, and I don't know how to handle it kind of thing. So now I'm like learning to control that and put it all together. Messed with my approach a little bit and shouldn't have, so it's just been kind of trying to match everything up. There's so many different factors that go into it.
Right. Now, let's see. I guess it's probably, if you had to pick a meet, since Rome, where you felt like you're close or right where you want to be, which meet would it be?
Probably USA's. Yeah, because I had 3 throws that would have won, but I had 3 throws that weren't good either. So, I don't know, I was definitely a lot more aggressive than I had been in meets before that, and a lot more comfortable, throwing in that situation. My alignment was coming back together, kind of things like that, but that was still definitely not what I wanted it to be. And Rome was fun because it was me, I was doing it on my own, and I put one together. USA's, I was looking at Mike, I was looking at Ty, like hoping to, get signals from everywhere that would help me out and trusting myself at the same time, but it was just kind of more of a team effort, which was cool, but also confusing a little bit.
Right. Now, as you come here to Daegu, I'm going to the student ties here, and all your sports staff. I'm assuming Russ is here, or
no, Russ is not here.
I know you missed this team by 1 spot.
It was really,
but I thought
really tough. I really wish he was here, and he does too. So, but Ty and Mike are both here, and it's been really, really fun to have them around. And my roommate Jillian Camarina Williams just won the bronze medal in the shot put last night. So she was my roommate in Beijing, and we've been good friends for a couple of years. So it's awesome to be around her when she's doing well, and even when she's not. Like, she's awesome. So it's been really, really cool to feel like I have such a family here. we also have Alice Schmidt trains at the training center in the 800, and Jared Rome through the discus yesterday.
Right.
So it's really neat. This is my first team that I felt like I knew people and I could talk to people and say hi on the elevator, and it's just been really cool to have time like at practice and feel like it went really well. Like yesterday was awesome in practice, and I feel really supported, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah. What was your yesterday was your final practice?
My final throwing session, yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. What'd you do?
I just got more and more connected and was aggressive at the end of the throw where I haven't been all season. I've been, questioning when to pull in the javelin and stuff like that. So it's just gotten better and better in the past couple weeks. And my first throwing session here was a little iffy because I just got off the plane, but it was still better than all my other ones throughout the summer. So it's just getting better every day.
Now, you've been on this stage twice before in Beijing and also in Berlin. What have you learned from those experiences that you hope to use in tomorrow's prelims?
Well, I think that my Beijing and Berlin experiences, I definitely took things from those meets, but I've taken more from the Diamond League actually, because I compete against those girls all the time, and now when I see them in a qualifying round, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's Maria Bakumova, I see her at a lot of meets, so it's awesome to be a little bit more comfortable with competing against those girls. And Christina Overkool was in Chula Vista this year training, and I saw her in the dining hall and give her a big hug, and it's just, I belong there, and I'm really excited about that. And I also, when we talk about the 2010 season, from my perspective, I still take so much strength from that. I know that those consistent performances are still in me, and I proved it to myself, last season. So it's just a matter of getting my timing back and putting confidence with that, and I feel like I'm in a really good place tonight.
All righty. Well, what can we expect from you tomorrow?
Well, Thursday.
Thursday.
You can just expect me to be a lot happier in the position, on the runway and throwing a javelin, because my practices the last 3 weeks, I've just gotten so much more joy out of it than I have all summer, so I'm really excited.
All righty. Thanks a lot, Kara.
Thank you.